Okay, and welcome to Bad Game Speedrunning. This is Need for Spirit Drink and Drive Simulator. And time will begin as soon as we gain control of our protagonist, I would say, our empty car, because there's no actual person in the car. It should begin any second. So this will be a 100% playthrough, and time begins now. This will be a 100% playthrough of this game, Need for Spirit Drink and Drive Simulator. Much like the game says in its warning messages, it does not condone drinking and driving, neither do I, but this is all for fun. So, to give a quick summary of this game, the plot does pretty well, but you are a delivery driver who's also like a raging alcoholic. And your goal is to drive to the bottle-o, or the place where they make the booze, pick up booze, and then drive to a said party, event, that kind of thing. The controls are absolutely rubbish, and to make matters worse, on your way back, because you're a raging alcoholic, you always decide to partake in the beverages that you are delivering. So this is the first level here. It's meant to be like Southern American swampland kind of style. And you drive to the party, you drive to the location, pick up booze, and then you come home while drunk. And the drunk effects range from simple camera spinning or manipulation to full-on passing out of the wheel for a few seconds, blackout drunk. And essentially all the levels are built like horrible obstacle courses. The car handles like, if you can tell already just from the fact that I'm sliding out so much, the car handles like it's constantly driving on ice. Great example right there, where I overcorrected slightly and I just continued sliding in the direction I was already heading. And to make matters worse, there are a ton of points in this game where you can get soft-locked, and there are a bunch of invisible walls that the game doesn't give you any indication that are there at all. So if you see a good-looking shortcut and go, gee, I wonder why he's not taking that shortcut, aka this upcoming area. Here we're going straight would be smart, as we have to go over that side of the roof anyway. There is a very large and very tall invisible wall we cannot pass, so we have to stick to the road, unfortunately. So I'll explain a bit why I'm trying to speedrun this. Every year my friends and I do a bit of a gifting tradition where we gift really bad games on Steam, just as a bit of a joke, and then you have to play it. This wasn't actually my game, I gifted this to a friend of mine, and I jokingly said, hey, you should try speedrunning it, it'll be funny to watch, since I do a bit of speedrunning myself, and he's like, you know what, I will. So he went ahead and did a speedrun of this game. It took him just over 3 hours, I want to say. I think it's just over 3 hours. Even though this game's only 4 levels long, and each of the levels should only last 5 to 10 minutes. If that gives you any indication. This is the one and only area we've found where we can actually take a shortcut and not have to stick to the road, although it's not really that much of a shortcut when you drive directly into that one pillar. I was holding left the entire time, but the game just decided I didn't want to go left. And in fact, I wanted to go straight into that. Okay. So anyway, he did a speedrun of it, and then he bought it for me and said, hey, you should, since you're the speedrunner here, you should totally do a speedrun of it. And he knows I've always had a fascination with speedrunning bad games. I love the idea of just watching a bad game be, you know, doing speedruns of bad games and seeing how they go. So I thought, you know what, in the spirit of, since he bought it back for me, oh, that was really close to a soft lock. Because if my wheel didn't come back down there, I would have been stuck inside that fence, which happens more often than I would like to admit. But anyway, we're going to run this. Now I have cleared my time on the right there because for some reason my times got all messed up between the games I run, and it decided to put in my times for Shadow of War, which is a game I actually do properly speedrun, which would not work for this game at all. I'm guessing it's because I have the same number of splits for one category, but I don't know. Not going to question it, but that's why we can't see any best of. Not that I've gotten very far in this game. I constantly, in the few attempts I have had to try to speedrun this, I have gotten soft locked every single time on level 2 and rage quit after about an hour of trying a 8-minute level. So, always fun. Could have gone left there, that would have been time saved, but that's okay. Worst thing in the world. At this point, we're not going for rank 1, we're not even going for the most efficient strats, we are just trying to complete this game. Which is unreliable to say the least. Alrighty, so we're coming up to the end soon, another minute or two of driving. This first section is really not that hard. There is only a couple of potential soft locks. There are also soft locks that don't look like soft locks, aka that mound right there that we just went over. Coming back, that can soft lock you completely, you just get your car beached on it. But it's all good. Here we are here. Alright, nice and smooth. 6 minutes, that's alright. So now we have to drive back, and this is where the game becomes frustratingly horrific. So the driving itself is bad, but you know, you can handle it. And also I like to mention that the drunk effects in the first level aren't that bad. They are annoying, but they're not impossible to navigate around. In the second level, the drunk effects really start taking hold when we start blacking out. Oh, there's that soft lock mound. We nearly ran directly over it, which would have just ended our run straight then. And to make matters worse, there is no continue in this game. You can restart a section, so I could restart now and go back to this drunk section here, which would be great. But if I wanted to practice any games, I can't, because there is a continue game function in the menus, however it doesn't work. Also, there is a I have gone completely off track here. There is also a control volume and all that kind of jazz option. However, that also does not work in the menu. So most of the things in the menus don't actually work in this game. Obviously, it's just a bit of shovel-ware that someone took out as a joke, and we're stupid enough to buy it. So here we are. So as you can see, the drunk effects really aren't that bad on this level. Occasionally the game's sort of pigeonholing. It's really just screwing with the FOV at this point. I don't really even notice it in this level, to be honest, because I'm just focusing on a certain pinpoint in the road that never changes, that isn't affected by the drunk effect in this level, but in upcoming levels it is definitely affected, and you'll see what I mean in level 2. Salon gates are just a little bit closer together, then would be perfect for us to go through at high speed. If you go through too fast, you just have to back up like you just saw me do that. So there is an actual perfect, your wheel can actually clip into these gates as well, and that is a soft lock. So that's bad. But yeah, there is a perfect speed you can hit those gates, and everything will be okay. However, I'm not that interested in trying to get them. Oh, don't flip, don't flip, don't flip. Over here. Worry about soft lock, I'm going to There are also some unintentional paths, so the game tries to trick you occasionally with random paths, but you've just kind of got to know where you're going. It's mainly this level that does it. Level 3 also does it a little bit, but we'll hopefully get there today and actually show you what I mean, but who knows with this game. It may be merciful, it may not be. That was actually a soft lock mound that I drove over, but that's okay. We hit it at enough speed where it didn't soft lock us. This is another example of the game trying to trick you. It looks like the path should go straight because the dirt track continues, but you actually want to go this way, up these staircases, back this way. So essentially this is a really bad game, really programmed badly, and all I'm hoping for, I'm not hoping for a world record in this. I mean, it would be nice to snipe my mate and just sort of get him upset and make him have to run this again, but essentially I'm just looking for a completion. I'm just looking to get second on the leaderboard. I'd be happy with that. Since he's the only person who runs this game, it would be an automatic second regardless of what time I get. Oh. Unless, of course, I beat him, which would be lovely. And it is entirely possible because he was stuck on the 3rd level for an hour and a half. But since he's played this game a lot more than I have, that's worrying to say the least, because he is obviously much better at this game than I am, given all the practice he's had. And if he got stuck for an hour and a bit, then I am terrified of level 3. But in all the attempts where I've actually been speedrunning this, I haven't actually been able to get to level 3, as level 2 seems to be my curse. But hopefully we can get this in one. That would be really lovely not to have to restart this level at all. We're really close to the end now. No mistakes. That you can get soft locked on that crevice, by the way, if you're not going fast enough. So yeah, one thing we've noticed with this game, you can also roll your car, and that's just game over. There's no way to unroll your car. One thing we have noticed when running this is that you want to try to take things cautiously, but at the same time, if you're not keeping up your speed, there are a lot more soft locks. Okay, here's the party. We've brought booze. That is our second split. 12 minutes, that's much better. I normally was getting about 15 minutes there, so 3-minute improvement. Alright, so round 2, this is meant to be somewhere deserty. I think it's meant to be some Arabic country based on the stop signs that are all in Arabic. And I'm soft locked already. What happened there is the game forces you to I forgot about that, but whenever you go through a level transition, the game sets back to the default camera, and the default camera is utter trash and you should never use it. And so I was busy cycling through the cameras and I got soft locked. So here you want to scroll the mouse wheel, you want to change the camera to mode number 3, which allows like free use of the camera. And then you want to scroll out to get a better view. Also, for those wondering why I'm not using a controller, I would love to use a controller. I think a controller for this game would be perfect. However, the game is so poorly programmed that whenever you use a controller, you can use a controller and it will control the car fine. But whatever I do in the menus, I cannot bind the other joystick on the controller to control the camera. So essentially you still have to use the mouse to control the camera. Or you stick with the default camera control, which sits always behind the car, which is impossible to use when you're trying to navigate, especially coming back drunk. So I guess the only advantage of this level is that there aren't really any diverging paths here. You can fall off a lot, and you can lose a lot of time. There are a lot of shortcuts you can take, and there are shortcuts we don't take that probably would save time, but we don't have this level well mapped enough. Essentially, this level loops over itself a few times, so there are some places where we can do drops and hopefully land upright and be okay, but none of us are game enough to try to map out this level fully, so we're not going to do that. We're just going to stick to the path, and for now we'll do that, and then as we get better at the game we will essentially do that. So here, for example, I'm pretty sure that's close to the end game, but I can't remember which way to go if we were to drop down. And yeah, it's all good since there are no wrong way arrows, which would have been really helpful if they just put like a Mario Kart style, you know, you're going the wrong way. That would have been really great, but that would have involved any effort of programming, which we can tell by this game's structure that it is definitely not a game that is well programmed. So we could try to take a shortcut there and go straight over. However, there are these walls that kind of appear out of nowhere because they haven't loaded yet, because we've got our view set back further than the game developer ever, I guess, expected anyone to do. So these walls kind of blip out and blip into existence. So we kind of do have to stick to the path for the most part. And as you can imagine, coming across these bridges while intoxicated is not going to be fun. But I don't think the level creator actually intended anyone to have fun with this game. I think they intended to torture people, and I think they rightly did so. I am myself locked here. That's what happens when you don't pay attention for 5 seconds. Alright, we're going to actually take that shortcut. I say screw it, we're going to take that shortcut and we're going to just try to guess where it goes, because I hate this level so much that anything I can do to skip it would be great. Okay, default back to... Yep, and we're soft locked again. Oh, this game. This game just... I don't know why he put that fence straight there. I think it's to catch you right at the end. If you're not aware, that can probably soft lock you right at the end. So that would drive me insane. We got all the way through this level and got caught on that final fence. But I think that's what that's there for. Alright. So essentially this is why the game takes so long. There are so many ways, as you can see now. I've been soft locked 3 times, twice on the same bit of terrain. And there's even bits of invisible terrain that can also soft lock you. So yeah, that's always super fun. It doesn't make a lot of sense, but this game doesn't make a lot of sense in general. Hopefully I won't get to show you any of that. Yeah. That can happen, which is beyond frustrating. Also, you can get soft locked when you're driving up and down the bridges. If you drive on the wrong side of the bridge, even though it looks like you should be able to drive on it, one of your wheels will just clip into the bridge and you'll be stuck permanently. So I've had that happen. That's actually what caused me to rage quit last time I played this game. And yeah, basically ended my last speedrun attempt, which I think was after an hour and a half, and I was still on this level in the drunk section, so the way back section. More coffee. Not being familiar enough with this level kind of makes it really annoying to play. And essentially, because we can't do any trial and error, so we can't like go into each level individually and can't do a level select. If we want to play the third level, we actually have to get to the third level, so there's really no practice here. Alright, well, both ways look terrible, so we're just going to jump off here and we're going to hope for the best. Come on. Okay, good. And we're going to keep driving this way and hope for the best. I know this is much later in the level, but I cannot tell you exactly when or where. Okay, so this way was... I thought this was much later in the level, maybe I'm wrong. That's alright, we'll explore this for a few more minutes, and if not, then we'll restart. I definitely know this bit. I think the level didn't correctly load when I jumped down, because there should have been a ramp back where I was, which is why I was so confused, because I thought I knew where I was. Yeah, no, this is the way out. So I'm just going to drive a little bit further this way to like unload the terrain. Yeah, the terrain's not loading correctly here. Alright, we'll try this, and if this doesn't work, then we're going to have to reset. But essentially the train isn't loading here. It should be loading, and it's missing a ramp. But that's okay. As I said, this is a speed run, but we are still just trying to survive this damn game. And if this doesn't work, well, then our shortcut doesn't work, and that's okay. Should, in theory, be a ramp right here that loads now. That comes up from this area and takes us up to the top section again. And if that's not deciding to load, which it's not, then we're soft locked. Cool. Oh, good. We will get there eventually. That's the thing with this game. I think if we just try to go off the path there and go back, it just hasn't loaded because we haven't hit a checkpoint yet. So when we get to that area in the real part, I will point it out and I can show you exactly what I mean. As I said, just trying to survive this game is an effort in itself. God, the controls are so floaty. A little more traction on this car would make this game so much easier and so much more playable, and I think actually almost enjoyable if this car just had a little more traction, but instead it's like driving on ice. What else can I talk about this thrilling thing? So this is, hopefully if this makes up to YouTube, it means that I have successfully completed the game, and hopefully it'll be the start of a little series I want to do. So as I mentioned before in the first level, I've always been super intrigued by trying to speedrun bad games, or even kids games. I love the idea of trying to speedrun kids games as well. I think those are really make an interesting idea of how to optimize them. So I'm still going to be mainly speedrunning Shadow of War, and later on in the year Shadow of Mordor. But I'm also going to be doing a few side projects where I'm speedrunning some games from my use, some games from other people's use, and just some bad games like this one. I made a commitment at some point. I've got to get the tech to try to do a Super N64 speedrun, which everyone knows how notorious that game is for being bad. So I will be trying to do that. And what else? And yeah, that's sort of the plan for 2021. I want to keep going with Shadow of War. There is a lot more I can do than that, especially in the Blades Collateral. I believe that sub 110 is definitely possible, but it is going to be a grind to do, and it's going to need some good RNG plus some good mechanics from me. So, please. We'll see where 2021 goes. 2020 was a real great speedrunning year for me personally. Got a bunch of world records, lost a few of them, gained some back, lost them again. Built a little community around Shadow of War when there wasn't really a community at all around Shadow of War, so that's always really encouraging. And yeah, overall, I just had a blast speedrunning. I got to run for AGDQ in one of their hotfix events, so that was a huge highlight of my career and my life kind of thing. Like, I got to speedrun on the world stage in front of so many people, and I'm hoping I'm going to be able to bring my speedrunning games to other people and other events as well. Especially with as much as the global pandemic sucks, it does make speedrunning for people who aren't in America or aren't in the big countries in Europe more accessible. There are speedrunning events in Australia, but they are few and far between, and they definitely do not get the coverage that the big events do. So it was like, I really was a privilege running for AGDQ and doing their hotfix event. So yeah, hopefully I'll be able to do a few more of those sort of online events this year, and we'll see where that takes me in 2021. Yeah, my goal this year is to just complete this damn game and get a run up. Hopefully this will be the run. There's one of those soft lock points. I needed to go faster there. I was very lucky that I bounced back rather than clipping into the bridge. But yeah, I want to speedrun a few more games. I want to take a look at a few different ones. There's a game from my childhood that I really want to speedrun, and the name now slips. But it's essentially a point-and-click cool maths game style game. It's a DOS-based game, so it's going to be fun getting it running, but I do want to do a speedrun of it because I never finished it as a kid, and I think kid me would love the fact that adult me is now playing that game still, because kid me thought it was the best game ever. So, it is a really obscure, I believe it's called Dr. Brain something, I cannot think of it off. Probably, if this does end up going to YouTube, I'll probably just put a card here showing you exactly the game. I've got it on disc somewhere in the corner there, but I'm trying to get through this without soft locking for a 5th time, so we'll see. Ground clipping, as these walls are paper thin, and so there is some out of bound areas that world record holder has found. However, none of them have been particularly useful because of all the random and invisible walls around. And I don't think we're gonna put the effort into actually optimizing this game insanely. This is more about survival than it is about optimization. Oh, yeah, they got soft locked. My front of my car just went into the ground there, which can bug the physics engine out. Something chronic. But yeah, you're going to see where I struggled last time very soon. And where I struggled was on the drive home in the drunk section. I'm going too fast here and I'm going to fall off. Good thing I stopped there. Whoa, I could just tell my car was... Oh, don't you do it. Oh, so that's a random bit of terrain sticking out that I should have been able to drive over. The car just couldn't handle it. And this is the worst bridge in this area. So this is essentially where I entered before, where I fell down to, and these bridges just refuse to load for some reason. So that should have been the entrance out there. And you can see this is the area from earlier that we can drive through. This is the area, and you can see that large bit of terrain sticking up just at the top there. That's what didn't load in when we fell down here at the start of the game. I would be very interested to see if that always is the case or if I just got unlucky. But hopefully I don't have to do future runs of this game, so hopefully I never have to find out. Yeah. And I think this game would also be a lot easier if it didn't have a time limit, but I think the time limit does add a little bit of intensity to it. So if you hit 0 on the time limit, you do just fail the mission and go back to the start of the level, at the start of that section. So we want to make sure that we're keeping pace. It kind of makes you want to hurry up in the same sense, because you're kind of forced to time-wise. But the levels aren't that lenient. Like, they do give you a minute or two, but if you get stuck in 5-10 seconds on every section, every couple of sections, then you're going to be very, very close to failing the time limit. What I'm guessing is the creator ran through these levels so much he knew them like the back of his hand, and when he went to do the time limit, he went, oh yeah, that's good enough, because, you know, everyone can do it because I can do it. But there should have definitely been a much more lenient time, and they should have given the option to have like a hard mode, or, you know, a gold, silver, bronze kind of style, where gold if you get under this time, silver if you get under this time, bronze if you get under this time. But again, shovel-ware game. Oh, don't fall off the bridge. No, 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 not here. Thank you. Okay. 15 minutes, 20 minutes. That took almost. And oh, this song. Welcome to the drunk effects for this level. So essentially, they do give you a little more time here, which is lovely of them, but essentially these are the drunk effects for this level. It's both random and timed, and I know that sounds really counterintuitive, but essentially the effects that are happening are random for the most part. So for instance, this kind of swirly effect is completely random. However, there are certain periods when you're driving on bridges or when you're driving on certain bits of terrain where they will always trigger a certain drunk effect. For example, there is a bridge coming up that you always black out on, and falling is obviously game over. Section. So yeah, the dev is both a benevolent god and a cruel and unusual punish master. I got a shortcut here. So I can't remember if it's this bridge or the next bridge, but essentially we're going to line ourselves up and just hope for the best here. It's not this bridge, because this bridge we can actually take a legitimate shortcut. Oh, that was a bad jump. And we reset. So So that was a bad jump because I went straight. What I needed to do was curve. The car will usually land on its feet, but only if you don't drive straight. So in that case, the barrel's on top of the car, clipped into the ground, and there was no hope of... you can see there, I blacked out again on that bridge. It went a little bit... It was a little bit later because of the fact that I was driving much better over that bridge. But that's what happened. And yeah, so yeah, clip into the ground. Once the barrel's clipping, it's game over. Your car won't ever flip back over. But that is a big enough shortcut I know to take. It is a 30-40 second shortcut at least. And it's very early in the levels, so... The problem with this drunk effect is I never actually feel like the car's going as fast. It never feels as fast as when I'm when I'm driving normally. Oh, don't flip car. So how we want to really do it? Well, not like that, but hopefully that will do. Yep, that'll do. Good physics engine. That was the physics engine actually working for me for once. This music gets burned into your brain. I've turned down the game volume a bit, so hopefully you don't have to suffer as much as I do in the actual recording. But essentially this music gets burned pretty heavily in your head. No crash. No, that's okay. So when you black out, you still actually can drive as well. The car doesn't come to a complete stop. You will see me stop a lot whenever a blackout happens. But that's purely just for the fact that I am terrified of falling off a section. I prefer it to actually be swirly. Like, the swirl is annoying, but I can deal with it, whereas the blackout is basically makes the game unplayable for a few minutes, a few moments. Okay, getting too close to that edge. There's just a random bit of jagged terrain that I should be able to drive over, but can't. Okay, so here I'm just going to take it easy. I'm going to wait for the blackout effect to finish. There we go. Yeah, we still actually don't have a lot of time to waste in this level. We can actually time out, and that has happened to me without actually falling off a section of bridge or anything. I just timed out one time because I was really slow. So the timer does make things a little bit intense, but we can keep pressing on. This terrain does not make it easy to navigate though. Essentially where I'm looking, there's a circle point in the actual window. I believe this is a potential soft lock. It's okay. There is a circle point in the drunk effect, and I'm looking just beyond there for where I'm guiding the car. So it's just above the barrels themselves. That is my point of reference, and that is what I kind of focus on to try to drive towards, rather than the nose of the car itself, which is constantly being bounced around by the drunk effect. Childcare today, so that's probably childcare doing their due diligence and sending an update about his mischief for the day. I can't see where I'm going at this point. Okay. I wonder if the creator actually played all of these levels with the drunk effect on, or whether they just smashed through them and said, oh, I'll just give everyone an extra 2 minutes. Because I don't actually know. Because there are some points in this level. Obviously, he had to set where the specialised drunk effects come into play. But I've got no idea if he actually played this or not, because it doesn't feel like something you would put yourself through intentionally. Unless you're trying to do a speedrun of this game, like I am. Oh, that's a tank. That's a tank. Now, I use the word speedrun loosely. I'm not really doing a speedrun because I've already made several mistakes, but you obviously make mistakes in speedruns. That's just how speedruns are. Can I not move? I can. I missed the bar. So here, if you don't go on the right side of this bridge, if you try to go on the left side, you will soft lock. No. And if you stop moving on that bridge as well, you will actually slowly slide. Which is why I was kind of freaking out there, because you will slide off the bridge. And it takes a little bit of time, but you can black out being in the center, and you can come to and you're right on the edge, and then you just fall off and you watch yourself fall to your doom. This is always the bridge that I really struggle with, because I have no idea how to line myself up here, because the drunk effect is just horrendous at this point. I need to sort of power through this section. I believe another drunk effect is going to, a blackout is going to occur on this bridge, so I need to line myself up. Oh no, must be the next bridge. Like I said, I've played through this a few times, but not enough to really remember everything down pat. Hopefully that doesn't cost me the mission. That was a very lengthy. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's this bridge where a blackout happens. And as you can see, I'm slowly sliding to the left here. Nope, no blackout either. Huh. Ignore me, I'm losing my mind, obviously. But yeah, the game is designed to just torture you, I believe. Okay, I'm pretty confident I can keep driving through this blackout. Yeah. And that's why I like the free camera as well. That's why I think the free camera is the only option you should be using for the camera options, because you can kind of look around and get a much better gauge on your surroundings. Back to the swirly effect. Okay. There. I think we're almost home. Actually, I think we're only halfway. I don't know at this point. I cannot remember the level this well. But I'm just sticking a bit more to the right here, just to make sure that I don't fall off. Black out and then pass that on the bridge. Again, that bridge, if you hit the right side of it as you enter it, it will be soft locked. Confident driving through that blackout. Alright, I think we're on the home stretch finally. These are the salon gates that I was worried about getting soft locked on, so that's great that we're here. I hit them, obviously. That's exactly what I intended to do. And I think we're finally home safe, and I think this level is finally done, which would feel amazing. but we're only halfway there with the game. Past that final gate. That's the pallet I clicked at the start of the level. Come on, we're so close, baby. Don't do anything silly right now. Just take it slow. We've got plenty of time. We've still got over 2 minutes left. Let's just take it slow and not do anything that could jeopardize us. So let's just stop accelerating here completely till the blackout fades. Cool. I know there's still a little bit of level left, but I would rather just take a little bit of caution here. Golly gosh. Whew. That makes me excited. So this is the Bova, not the Rover. So, as you can see, I think you can now understand why the world record gets stuck on this level for over an hour. Even though essentially it is a much shorter level because the timer is much shorter. I already soft locked now. This is going to be hell on earth driving through this bit, to be honest. And I'm already soft locked, I think. What? I go this way. Oh my god, I do. For your reference, I've only ever been in this level once and I cannot remember it at all. Oh my gosh, this is going to be a nightmare. Are you kidding me? What was going through the dev's head when he thought this was okay? Oh. Just. Oh, this is not even good level design. This is not even fun level design. This is not even intentionally hard level design. This is just careless level design. The dev obviously has no care about who plays this game. I'm guessing he didn't. I don't even know at this point. My thought process is he never thought anyone would get this far. Or he just wanted to torture whoever decided to keep persisting with his game because... Am I soft locked? Am I freaking soft locked already? Okay. Oh. Brange Brover. This is our Brange Brover. Might as well exit in the next minutes. That's not great English. So that rock that I drove on, I remember, wasn't solid, so that was interesting. Right. I guess this is going to be 100% down to memorization of where where soft locks are, and B, where the hell do we even go. I'm expecting, I haven't seen the drunk effects for this level. I watched bits and pieces of the world record by my mate, but I haven't watched it all, and I don't remember the drunk effects for this section. But since it took him an hour, oh my god, things are just clipping in and out of existence as we're driving. Since it took him an hour and a half to do this level, I can already guess that they're going to be bad. This Range Rover is does a terrible job of driving. Right, so when we get to that fence, we've got to go to the left. Gotta remember that for the journey home. I'm probably not going to be able to see anything at all. How tight is the timer here? Right, so this is where I got soft locked, so let's not go super fast like last time and skid out. Okay, perfect. I wouldn't say perfect, this game is a mess, but as perfect as we can be for a game like this. Come on. Oh my god, it has to be close. I'm looking at that timer going, we've got less than 2 minutes. This part looks alright. Get some speed up here, but I'm worried about getting too much speed since this game has a tendency to soft lock you when you're going too fast. That looks like some terrible collision design, so I'm going to stick to the right here. In and out of control here. This is somehow this level feels worse and more icy than the other levels, which I don't think is possible. I think it's all the same controls. I just think because of how sharp the turns are. Oh my god, I have less than a minute left. Don't tell me there's an actual really strict timer on this level. Oh my golly gosh. I am so nervous about not making this timer. I have no idea. Go car! I can't even look up to see what's ahead of me at this point. I'm just kind of driving blind. This way, I'm guessing? Oh my god, am I going to time out? Am I actually going to time out here? Alright, focus time. Don't time out. Please don't time out. I didn't think I was going that slow. I mean, I stopped it a few times, but... yeah, I'm timing out. There's no way I'm getting, from my current position, there's no way I'm getting to where I need to go. Oh, game. No wonder he got stuck on this level for so long. The timer's tight. Timer is so tight for what it is. Oh my golly gosh. Level designer, game designer, you are a cruel and unforgiving man, and I will never forgive you for this level alone. We have to go faster, we have to take more risks here. So, I'm gonna do this again, because at this point I've already spent 20 seconds in a ditch. I wonder if I can just bolt down there and just jump over rocks and just hurdle it. I wonder if that's the intended strat. So I'm going to try to line myself up here. That's not the best lineup I've ever done, but we're just going to floor it here and clip into a tree apparently. Just trying to floor it to get over this part. Whether or not we can just sort of smash through and just hope for the best. That felt faster than doing it the intended way, but maybe that is the intended way. Maybe I'm just an idiot, but who knows. Some of these rocks have collision, some don't. So that's always really helpful to note. It's going to make getting through this next section worse than anything I've ever experienced. So that's great. Okay. You need to basically keep the pedal to the metal though. Round here we go. That's going to be quicker than trying to sit there and just watch them go. We take the left here. I remember this part here. Sorry, right on the left. The left on the way on back. That's what my brain was thinking, but probably don't even need to focus on the way back. I need to focus on the journey here because so far I'm even getting stuck on this part. Oh, that's not a good time loss there at all. You can see there's no actual person in the car as well, so that's great programming. Just going to hurdle it down here and just hopefully not get soft locked, but yeah, we're soft locked again. No wonder he got stuck here for an hour and a half. Alright, hopefully see you in an hour, hopefully not. This Bange Bova is the piss to drive though. Get over that. I can't do the slow way. Bange Bova. Oh, that was a weird bit of terrain that I just hit. Maybe I have to take the intended path. Maybe I just fluked it over there. Any other way I can get over this? Can I go up here? Like, I'm obviously going to restart in a sec, but I just have to know. See, invisible walls everywhere. Start at least for once. God. There's no way the level creator plays this level properly. I'm guessing what they did is they just broke into sections and went, okay, what's my best in these sections? Alright, that seems like a good time. Because this is essentially ridiculous in terms of the time that you should have to do. Like, you have to drive, not perfectly, but you have to drive to some intent, like serious intent. Like, I am basically going as fast as I can through this entire stage, just I did that before and I didn't even make the time limit, so we go right here in a moment. That's a bad time loss. looks like it was. Alright, now we need to get better at this part, because what I need to happen is I need to be able to go full pelt here without making the car turn like it does. That's better. That's much better. That's definitely not over there. Pillars there, preventing you from going, taking shortcuts, and my car just got boosted by something random into a wall. 1 hour I've spent in this godforsaken game. Next crash, I'm just going to check my phone during a speed run because, you know, why the hell not at this point? I'm going to be here for a while anyway, I feel like. So at this point, I'm just basically trying to hold the accelerator wherever possible. Okay, that is a bad habit I need to get out of. Turning on that jump to sort of get myself straightened up beforehand. Really? I thought I was left of that. Okay. Sorry, I thought I was to the right of that. I was too far left is what I was trying to say. Bad that I'm starting to memorize a section of this level already. Oh, left there. Ideally, I'd want to go to the left of that rock, not to the right, but beggars can't be choosers, and at this point, I'm just going to take what I've got. All lined up straight here. That's just going to have to do. That's perfect. It will do. Hopefully that weird geometry makes my car fly up onto its two back wheels for no apparent reason. But we'll find out, I guess, in this section right here. This range rover is really not designed for this road. Range rovers. We need to floor it through here. I can't remember what time I was on. 140. Okay, we'll remember that next time. I entered this area at 140. I can't stop sliding out here. I don't know what's going on. This definitely feels like it's controlled worse than the other cars, and I don't know how that's possible. Still going to be a tight time though, regardless. I need to get better at judging when I should just reverse to get my angles right rather than just trying to pilot around corners. Pretty sure that's where I timed out, so I'm doing much better on time already. Oh my gosh, this is still rough terrain, and I still only have like a minute left at this point. No. This is gonna be... I swear if that's the reason I failed. Don't you do this game. Oh my god, are you freaking kidding me? cannot get out of this crevice ravine. Please be right here. Please be right here. Don't tell me that's why I failed. I wasted a good 25 seconds there. Oh, no. What is this nightmare fuel? And this is not even the drunk. Push away the roadblocks. 6 minutes. And I'm soft locked already. Let's hope you left some wine left for the miners. Oh my god. I need some wine after this, and I don't even drink wine. Okay, that's 2 soft locks within the first 10 seconds. That gives me a really good indication that the level creator did not play this level. Because there's no way he didn't get soft locked there at least twice. At least once and go, huh, that's a bit awkward. Yeah, there's no way the level creator played this section. Let's just try to stick to the road for now. You can't. You physically can't stick to the road. Oh, I'm getting red wine drunk now, am I? Is that the red wine filter? Oh, there's rocks here. There were not rocks there on the way there, I swear. Red wine filter doesn't actually, it's much better than the blackout. There you go, drinking red wine for you is probably better than drinking brandy for you, since you want to get red blacked out rather than black blacked out. Oh my god. Well, looks like we're going backwards for now. I have a feeling like I'm going to get very close to the end of the time out here and going to rage so much. But I guess we'll see how it goes. I can handle the red wine filter, that's okay. Fishbowl isn't too bad either because I'm already not sure where to go as it is on this level, so the fishbowl doesn't make it any different. Jagged terrain sticking out there for no reason at all other than just to annoy the player. This proficient at driving with this camera filter on. That's right, I need to go left here. I did tell myself that I would remember that. Oh no, that's not the right way to go. focusing on looking at that time and going, that is not enough time to do this section. 60 seconds left. Looks like we might be redoing this one again. Come on. Go, car, go. Our Russian guest will come in the next few moments. Bring spirits from them from the nearest city now. Yes, level 4. What kind of camera angle is that? Come on. Alright, we're back to the old faithful. Are these sandbags actually terrain or not? No, they're not. Okay. Oh, this level, this music is... It's kind of like Russian Christmas music? I don't even know. Oh, what is this barrier? Kind of sounds like Christmas music mixed with like Russian music. I feel like there's definitely no one in the driver's seat. Could have at least stuck a model in there. Plenty of free models in the Unity store. Oh, no wonder I was told to make this split highway to hell. Is this just how Russia is? Like, it's just littered with army vehicles? That is a joke, by the way, to all the Russian people out there. This is more like Outback Australia, really. It's just littered with cars. Alrighty. So far, this level doesn't seem too bad. Compared to like level 3, this one seems much more manageable, but I'm wondering how tight the timing is. That's my big question. What is the timer like? So I'm going to try to just sprint through this level. I can honestly say I have never played this level. I've seen the world record holder for a few seconds play this level, but I was trying to stay spoiler free for the most part, so I could enjoy the game myself. Enjoy is a loose word. Just double check my recording, then my heart skipped for a moment. I thought it wasn't recording, but I am, so it's all good. Because I am going to finish this game today. That is my statement. This is the last level. I am going to finish this game today, and I am hopefully never going to come back to this abomination of a game. But we'll see. Hell, if for some reason this blows up in popularity and people want me to run this again, then my god, I will, but, you know. And hopefully this is going to be the nice kickstart to our series of bad game speedruns. That can trick me there. Oh! Well. I was looking at, I was thinking about the route back and going, okay, that might trick me, but should have been focusing on the route here. Yeah, this just reminds me of bad Christmas music. I don't know why. Okay, so this was the worst part of this section, was getting through that. So you just have to take that wide and it's much better. That was much, much faster than the first time I did it. Thankfully the sandbags aren't an object. I think this level would nearly be impossible if those sandbags were actually objects you had to avoid. Oh, we clipped into the tank. Are we stuck? Yep, we're stuck. So essentially what happened there was our left back right tyre clipped inside the vehicle, which happens, and that's just a full reset. There's nothing we can do from there. But that's okay. Let's focus down. Let's do this correctly. That bit right there is going to make it, is hopefully not going to be as bad coming back because of the angle we'll be coming back on, but I feel like that's going to trip me up. I feel like this is going to be another one of these super tight timers. Yeah, these cars are not programmed well. I can already see my vehicle just clipped in a little bit more there, so I'm really going to be worried about clipping into these, also on the way back and the way through, but yeah. I reckon that might cause a few soft locks. Still want to try to be speedy boy through here. Don't know how tight the timer is. Just want to try to bang it as much as possible. I'm just hoping the level creating gave up at this point and gave us a huge timer, but I feel like fate's going to be cruel, and I feel like this time is going to be really tight. Sandbars technically do bounce you around, but they don't seem to cause issues. Try to avoid them where possible, but it's not going to be the... Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? This game, man, it's going to be the death of me. I'm going to end up having a heart attack by the end of this. This level overall though isn't as bad. I would say level 3 is definitely the pits of this game. Level 2, there's a couple of points where it's really annoying, but overall it's not that bad. I think I got very lucky with level 3. I think the return journey I got very lucky and was just able to get there. I didn't have a lot of time left, but I was able to get there just in time. Yeah, that level 2 is my worst level, but I would say level 3 is the worst designed level out of this one. Although I haven't seen it all, there could be an absolute cluster muck at the end of something, but I'd say based on the theme of this level, it's not too bad. I'd actually go as far to say this is better than the first level. I really dislike the first level just because of the invisible walls. At least with this one, it seems to be mainly there is one path. Obviously there's that bit that can trick you up, where I got this soft lock the first time. Now, these sandbags don't seem to have any effect on your car. Like, they obviously bounce you around a bit, but they don't seem to have any effect on your grip, which is good. This car already has bad enough grip as it is.
power through most of it. I'm going to take a little bit of more caution in some sections, just because I want to see, A, I want to see the end part, and B, I want to see how tight the actual timing is. So I'm still going to be powering through where I can, but I'm not going to be going absolute max speed. Like here, I'm just taking a tiny bit of caution there. Wooden bow, tank. See there, I could have powered through probably a little more than what I did. This is where I got soft locked the first time, so let's play this a bit safer. That ramp has really weird geometry that spews you out. Okay, that's good to know. Because that's exactly what happened the first time I went over that ramp, except for I continued accelerating because I wasn't prepared for it. There's at least a minute worth of level there, if I can see with this very asymmetric fixed camera. Overall, outside of level 3, this game hasn't been an absolute disaster. Level 2 obviously frustrated the hell out of me. Yeah. Level 3 was disgusting, but you know, there was a reason I was getting frustrated with that. That's actually a bad level, whereas level 2 I was just making silly mistakes. Ooh. There is a lot more track than I thought, and this timer looks fairly tight, so I'm going to go at this point. Yeah, there is a lot more track than I thought there was going to be, so this timer is fairly tight. Okay, I'm wondering if I don't even have enough time here to make this. Got a minute left. We're at the town. I'm hoping the bottle shop is right at the entrance of the town, but I feel like I'm not going to get that lucky. So this is the next town over, I'm assuming that they told me to go get booze from. We have 40 seconds left. Don't go on that. I have to thread the needle here. Oh no, that might have been the run over. That might be what caused me to can I fit through this? I'm gonna try. No. Am I soft locked now? I am. So you have to weave through the tank set. I don't think I would have made it anyway. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see. 1:23. Okay, an hour and 23 into this so far. So I've taken 23 minutes on this level so far, and it's 4 minutes plus another 60, 5 minutes. It's just over. It's meant to be just over 5 minutes long, the timer. So I've taken 13 minutes so far. And yeah, 13 minutes, and it should be a 5-minute level. Oh, I did not approach this correctly. That's a huge time loss. But fang it a little more in these areas. Now we know roughly most of the areas. We kind of. That was probably still faster than the way I went through last time, but that was absurdly risky. And yeah, we're just trying to power through a little faster in these areas now, rather than take it a little more cautiously, since we know that the timer is at least fairly tight, which I kind of should have guessed at this point. I didn't have the angle for this. This is really slow. Kind of should have guessed at this point, considering the third level timer, but yeah, sometimes going too fast you just end up sliding out like that. Yeah, these physics don't feel as bad as the third level. I think the third level had some extra physics applied to it because it was off-road, maybe. I don't know if the game devs actually that cares that much about his game. I don't think he would, but that's just how it felt. Let's power through here. Nearly lost it. see me overcorrecting all the time. Because this game is like driving on ice and not like driving a car at all. I've never driven a car with this much front power that has this little traction. Probably helps the fact that we've got smooth tyres and the road's probably very slightly wet. This would what it would be like driving with smooth tyres, but who knows. You can actually see the world record too. I only just remembered that I've actually got a world record indicator up on my screen. So the world record is 3 hours and 6 minutes for this game. So we'll see if we can break that today. Physics on that ramp are really off. Alright, 135 at that ramp. We need to remember that in case we don't make it next time. This time, and then we can try to figure out how likely we are to succeed. But I think I remember thinking there was like at least a minute left of level here, and I had 2 minutes left, so I think we're on about the same pace as last time. Maybe possibly worse, but at least we know what's coming up. We know there's a lot of level here, so I've got to fang it still. Best we can while staying on the road, which is easier said than done in this damn game. So thankful this is the last level though. I'm pretty sure I had about 60 seconds left here when I got to this point. I can't remember. I had 70 this time, so just trying to push through as fast as possible. It was about 40 seconds here, so turn is just too tight, so I believe I'm on the same pace I was last time. The only difference is I'm not going to try to go to the left side of that tank. I don't like this angle at all. I don't like this drifting at all. But I didn't clip that time, so that's a good start. Go to the right of this tank and the left of this tank, I think is the only way you can actually go. Unless it's around the next corner, I don't think I'm going to make it. Oh my god, did I make it like 5 seconds left? I did. That's the first level loading page. 3 minutes. That's not 3 minutes, buddy, on the timer. So he wrote you've got 3 minutes, but 3 minutes would be 180 seconds. 6 minutes. So give me 1 extra minute for the drunk effect, that's it. And I only made this by 6 seconds. I feel like I'm going to be on this level for a long time. Because we started out with 310 and we had 365 there, so yeah. 50 extra seconds for the drunk effect, and I was driving at an absurd pace, at least in my mind for the last bit. I just can't control it like I can when I'm sober. God, if this isn't a good ad for drunk driving, then I don't know what is. This is absurd. But we're definitely not making it this time. I can already tell based on this cornering here what I'm doing, so we might just do some recon. I think it's probably correct to reset. reset at this point. I just want to push through and I want to see how bad this whole level is. Okay, we're going to reset at this point. That first level loading page just gets me so worried. Because that's like the first level. I'm really just hoping the game doesn't glitch out and take me back to the first level, because that would make me rage quit. But we'll see how we go. Impossible turn. Right, 306 onto the main road. We need to remember that for next time. I'm not confident I will make it through this time. The car is definitely got different physics this time around. It is so wobbly, and it's not the drunk effect that's doing that. Like the slightest touches make it slide out. I think they've applied different physics to the car. Which they have is a testament to actually the creator caring about his game a little bit. Or her game, or their game. Which is not common considering the rest of this game's design. Also, techno version of the Christmas song, Christmas Russian song. This is what I'd imagine like a late 2000s movie if they go to Russia and the Russians are the bad guys. This is what I'd imagine is playing in the nightclub that they have to sneak into. You know. And that's a soft block. Where's the tank weave? So the level is changed because there's no tank weave. Tank weave that I complained about when I got soft lock because I went the wrong side of the tank. That's gone. Okay, my soft lock. Man. Wait. You know, would have been an interesting effect. But, you know, obviously the level creator, there's no way he was going to game creators. There's no way he was going to that kind of level of authenticity. Would be cut the music out when you black out. They just have a few moments of like silence. Really, again, I'm not sure what I'm actually clipping there. What am I possibly clicking on here? I can't tell. I can't tell where I am on the map. This game, man. So it's 306 on the road before, this time it's 306 again. road feels more empty. I'm pretty sure there were more barriers and stuff. Like there are barriers here, but I'm pretty sure there was a lot more barriers on the drive there. Yeah, it's definitely a slightly altered map, so we need to go right here, remember that much. It's still like the same map, but I think the obstacles are you kidding me? I was not going that fast. Alright, apparently I was. I don't think I was going that fast at all. The fact that I'm getting better at the start of the area is bad. I hate it when I get better at bad games. It means I play them too much. Doing way too many, putting way too many hours into this. I think that the fact that I've already put an hour and a half into this game is too much, but I'm pretty sure my last attempt was over an hour, and I'm pretty sure I spent like 40 or 50 minutes getting this damn thing to be able to work with my stream. I'm not going to question that. I'm 10 seconds faster on the road than I was last time. Not really that much faster because I turn around, but it is still faster because I would just be entering the road now. So that's good. These controls are definitely more slippery. The car is jerking left and right and I'm not actually touching it. I'm actually able to tell that now. I'm able to sort of get a feel for the car, so yeah. There's definitely new mechanics added into this current run, which would make sense. This is the last level after all, so why not add a new mechanic each level? Doing a lot more spinning than I'm actually telling it to. God, it actually hurts my eyes when it does that. When it goes from full colour to straight blackout. Why did you say that? And they zoom the camera in a little bit to screw. Oh, I just saw that and it just clicked me. Might have been just the fact that the terrain, like where it was, just pushed the camera forward, but who knows. Alright, I am not going fast by any sense, any means. Where is the edge of the tank here? No, don't you dare clip into that tank. I'm not making this, but that's okay. Get a feel for the level a bit more, get a feel for driving under these effects a bit more. I'm tough-locked. Again, please, game. Oh, God, I hope I'm not here for another hour and a half. Mainly because this music is driving me insane. Not as bad as Level 2's music, but that's not a hard accomplishment to beat. But faster than 2 attempts ago, probably as fast as last time if I don't get clipped here. Yeah, about as fast. Really don't know if I'm silent while I'm doing these kind of things, but I wasn't even sure I was going to be doing this today until I just sort of felt like it after I got back from my walk. God knows why I felt like torturing myself, but each person to their own, I guess. To be fair, I am still having fun with this. Like, all joking aside, and all saying this, I love the challenge of trying to complete a bad game like this as fast as possible. I love the idea that this game is so poorly designed and that I can still smash through it as fast as humanly possible. And probably even take it. That is definitely my wife trying to get a hold of me, I'm sure. I'm going to get a phone call soon if I pick up. Who am I to question though? Okay, so we're at the bridge. We're going to slow right down in a second. We're at this at 210. My gosh, that was close and I did not feel like I was going fast. I swear that bridge has geometry on purpose. It's designed to be thrown up in the air. I'm completely blacked out. I'm okay with a partial blackout because my screen brightness has turned up a bit more than usual because I was playing 7 Days to Die. Since I really struggle at night time, I physically just can't see at night. The usual settings, I turn my brightness up a little bit. Probably cheating, but to be fair, they let you do it, so it does not make night time that horrendous for me. The black and white filter, I couldn't even see that barrier was there until I hit it. So I have to remember that when we're going through the landmine section. See that barrier either. It's the same colour as the road. I'm pretty sure that would be intentional. I feel like I'm not going to have enough time here. I can't even remember where I am, but I feel like I won't have enough time in this run. I feel like I'm going to have to do this all again. Can I even make it sub 2 hours is the question. I would love a sub 2. Theoretically, this game could be done to sub 1, I think. If you were perfect at driving, no mistakes, got caught on nothing. I'm pretty sure sub 1 is possible. Don't get caught on anything, please. I would rather time out than sub 1. God, that is tight. I know this is right near the end, but I'm still thinking we're going to time out here. Because I can't see anything when these turns are... Well, no, I really can't see anything. These turns are horrendous in here. 1 minute left going through the truck maze. Okay. Oh my god, I might actually have enough time to do this. Don't get too carried away yet till you actually get there. Just focus on the drive. Don't be stupid, don't do anything silly. Focus on the drive, go as fast as humanly possible while staying safe. Still a bit of driving to go. Oh, barrier! Are you kidding me? I'm pretty sure it's just around that corner and I can't move. Yeah. Alright. Round 3, round 5, whatever it is. Damn it. Damn it. Oh, I'm so upset with myself on that. That possibly is sub 2 hours gone. not good to get that. That's okay, we can do it again. Do it again. Come on. 320 on the bridge, that's definitely the fastest I've ever gotten on the bridge. Even while getting caught on that sandbag there. This music is both energetic and making me pumped, but at the same time, oh, it's frustrating. So far. I hate that blackout. It's such a bad blackout. It always happens exactly on that turn, so that's definitely programmed. It's nice to see the game in colour again. That'll go soon, I reckon, but the actual black and white filter, for the most part, makes it easy to drive outside of seeing those little barriers that I get caught on. It does make it much easier to drive, I think, black and white than in colour. I actually find this easier to drive in black and white. So there's that barrier that I don't want to get caught on. We need to really keep an eye out for them. You can see them. They're just, in black and white, it's just a lot harder. I can't remember what time it was here last time. I'm pretty sure it was 200 straight, so maybe I'm going a bit faster, maybe I'm just delusional, but that's we'll call that one 210, just so I memorise it. 215 actually, it's really, I remember there was a barrier that I got really badly caught on here while going through these mines, after these rocks. I believe it was on the right side, so after I get through all these rocks, if I skip left, I should be fine. We'll actually be on the lookout for it this time round. Oh, nearly drove off. There it is there. There's one of them anyway. There's a few more. Like I'm definitely at a faster pace this time. And I feel like I know this level now. Barrier on the left there that I need to avoid. Colour. Not colour. I don't like colour in this game. I think what makes the colour worse is that you put on a bigger drug filter while it's colour to make up for the fact that you've got colour. I think, yeah, that's why I think driving in black and white's just easier. 120 around this hairpin with a rock. There's a barrier there. Thought I avoided that, but too far to the right. I think I'm still going a bit slow. Slower than I would like. And this is the absolute epitome here of got through that one, that's really good. Really need to keep my eyes out for barriers at this point. Don't want to get soft locked again right at the end. Come on. Just trying to line up the left wheel there more than anything. I can see a barrier coming up, it's on the right, it's on the left, so if I stick to the right, there's this hairpin here that's just abysmal. We got way more time than we did last time. That was Yep, 40 seconds here, so we've got 10 more seconds than last time. I saw that barrier as I was blacking out, so I was able to avoid it. This is that barrier. I believe we had 20 seconds left and we got stuck on the next barrier. Oh, I think that's it. Under 2 hours. Or we'll even do a sequel. Oh, please, no more sequels. But that's it. Holy hell, yes! That is Drink and Drive Simulator. Need for Spirit Drink and Drive Simulator. And that is the world record by over an hour. And I'm definitely going to call it there.